gonna show you how to improv some pumpkin bread for fall. For those of you who don't know, I recently broke my foot and had to get surgery, so I'm out for 2 weeks, which means I have more than enough time on my hands since it's fall. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a pumpkin bread with all the ingredients I've already had at my house. I've been out for a week and I'm so bored and I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with my time anymore. Better yet, make some good goods out of it. So, since it is a pumpkin bread, we all gotta start with pumpkin. And you want that organic shit because why spend your money on anything else? Pause and real talk, and especially this season with a pumpkin, you don't want no non-organic pumpkins. Spend the 50 cents. Before that, I lied. We're gonna make some chia seed eggs, right? Eggs being one of the allergies I can't have, you have to supplement with chia seed eggs. So I got some chia seeds and I'm gonna do 3. That's just what I'm feeling. So I take 3 spoonfuls, which is about a tablespoon. I lied. I'm gonna start with 2. We're gonna start there because this seems like a lot. And then usually I do water, but today for extra flavor, I'm gonna do coconut milk. Double team that. 2 tablespoons in here, so I'm gonna put 1/4 cup of coconut milk. And I'm being very polite with this because this is my mom's dining room table and we don't wanna mess that up. No. I don't wanna go too gung-ho here, you know? But we'll see. You know, it's improv, right? Huh? Yeah? So since that's mixed, you want to add a little salt. This will help the chia seed sprout. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I just know salt brings moisture out and things. So when you soak your nuts and stuff, when you're gonna make some almond milk, you want to put the salt in it, and you want the Himalayan fine pink salt. Moon Juice, they've got a delicious pink salt. Highly recommend spending the money. But since we're baking today, I'm just gonna use the generic kinds, which it's not really generic, but it's not Moon Juice, so it doesn't matter. If it's not Moon Juice, it's generic, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little dash in there and then set that aside. Very politely, because I'm on a dining room table. So this is a full can of pumpkin. It's, shoot, I'm gonna need my glasses. All right, I'm back. On the way, I picked up some stevia because that's really important since we're cooking with no sugar. You know, if you want good skin, you want a healthy gut, you can't eat sugar. So, sorry about it. I need maple syrup and all that shit too. But I have a surprise for you in this recipe. Okay, so now that I got my glasses on. 15 ounces. So it's 15 ounces of pumpkin. We're gonna start there. See where that takes us. I'm just gonna scoop this in. And it's funny when people are like, oh, I love pumpkin season, like pumpkin's so good. But really, they don't. They don't really like pumpkin because if you taste this stuff, it kind of tastes like shit. Like, it's not good. What they love is the pumpkin spice. And you could put pumpkin spice on anything. You could put it on a sweet potato and it would taste very similar to pumpkin pie. Or a butternut squash. A lot of people make squash pies, which it's a pumpkin pie, but they use butternut squash. But guess what, people? A pumpkin is a squash. All pumpkin pies are squash pies. This smells like shit. I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff to it to make it taste good. I'm gonna be a little reckless today. I'm just gonna try this. Don't ever do that. Don't ever eat this plain. It is so bad. It is so bad. This is why you need to learn from someone who's experienced it, because this tastes like shit. Okay, next to this, I'm gonna add all the wet ingredients. So this is what I'm gonna add the stevia. I picked vanilla cream. You see that? This stuff is the bomb. A lot of people don't like stevia. They're like, oh my God, I don't eat any of that artificial stuff. It's not good. They're lying because they're not educated. Stevia actually comes from a plant. It comes from the stevia leaf. And the reason they're confused is because when they think of stevia, a sugar replacement, they think of Splenda and Sweet and Low and that artificial shit. Splenda, Sweet and Low and all that, that stuff is not good for you, and that's where I think their minds are going when they think of stevia. Stevia actually comes from the stevia leaf, so it does come from a plant. The powder tends to be a little bit more processed, along with they add dextrose to it. So if you're eating dextrose, it's usually coming from corn, and if you can't have corn, then you're screwed. So stick with this stuff. So I'm gonna start with one full dropper. I'm gonna start with 2 full droppers. I did like a half in that second one, because they're not very big. So I'm just gonna, this is why you come prepared. Oops. Oopsie, sorry, mommy. This is a very expensive table. She'd be so upset if I knew I was doing this, but whatever. She won't know how this happened. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some vanilla extracts. I prefer powdered vanilla. Again, this has alcohol in it, and for someone who doesn't drink anymore, don't do it, kids. When you bake it at such a high heat, it does like absorb science. So that was like 2 tablespoons. I have a heavy pour. Yeah, I was really bad at making drinks when I worked at a bar. I was such a bad server. Oh, that smells so much better. I am gonna add a tiny bit of molasses in this, and it's a great fall flavor. It's also really high in iron. Just waiting. It's coming. See, that's all you need. Ta-da! And then you mix it all in. Shit. I'm gonna add baking soda, but it's next time I stand up, because that's what my life has become. Next time I stand up, I will get that. Just like an egg. That's why they're called chia eggs, guys. Surprise! I'm just gonna dump. Okay, this seems like a lot. We'll see. It might be too much. Who gives a shit? I'm gonna mix that up. Oh, it looks so nice and pretty. Just like Martha Stewart. This is so something Martha Stewart would make. If only she could learn from me. Next, I'm gonna add the cocoa oil, refined. Refined is great for cooking because this has already been processed at such a high heat that nutrients aren't really gonna be there. There's gonna be some there, but the really good ones that you can get when it's raw are not gonna be there. I pick refined for baking because it's a lot more inexpensive, and you're cooking it at a high heat anyways, so you might as well just save the money. You don't want to be using like a raw, organic, unrefined, virgin coconut oil for this, because when you bake it, the nutrients, I hate to say it, are gonna die off from the heat. So just pick the refined, save the raw, organic, virgin coconut oil, unrefined for your bulletproof coffee and raw desserts, because that's when it really is important, because it does get that coconut flavor. This is just here for moisture. So I'm gonna do a heavy 1/8 cup. So I'm gonna put this nicely, you see, Mom, very politely on the rag I have here. And I'm gonna put the lid on so it doesn't spill. So I'm gonna mix this bad boy right here. This gonna be the best pumpkin bread on the west side of the Mississippi. Most of you have probably stopped watching now, but if you haven't, next comes the spices. I'm gonna start with pumpkin spice. Smells like Trader Joe's. This is Trader Joe's. I'm gonna put probably like, let's see. Okay, that's like 1 teaspoon. Oh shit, that was a lot. There's like 2 teaspoons in there maybe, I don't know. Okay, next I'm gonna add some cinnamon. It's the shit. I picked Ceylon cinnamon. There are all these different kinds of cinnamon. I don't even remember which one's the best for you, but I personally just like this one. It's from Whole Foods. But that doesn't mean you can trust everything at Whole Foods either. Do your market research. So everything's in here besides the flour I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna put some salt. I love salt. We already put salt in the chia eggs, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Salt reacts with the baking soda, so you need that. Remember, I am gonna put baking soda in this. Next time I stand up, probably when I turn the oven on. All I had at my house was oats, so I just ground it into an oat flour, This is probably like 2 cups, maybe a cup and 3/4. I just ground it up. So that's a really inexpensive way to make flour. So I'm just gonna put this whole thing in there. Go big or go home, right? And I'm going to mix. Yep, this spread's gonna be the shit. Hey y'all, I'm Paula Dean. Is it too soon? Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Okay. Oh my god. That is so freaking good. I know what it needs, and I'm gonna stand up for this. Here's a little knowledge for you today. Apple cider vinegar, any kind of vinegar, it reacts with baking soda. And that's how you get that sponginess in bread. So I'm gonna do like a teaspoon. Very politely set it down for mom. I'm gonna add this in, and then once it's in and I add the baking soda, I'm gonna see it like fizz up a little bit because that's just the elements reacting. Who knew I'd use chemistry after failing it 3 times in high school? It's funny because I took chemistry twice, and then after the 2 times me failing it, they're like, sweetie, you don't need chemistry to graduate. Are you fucking kidding me? So I took like a computer class instead. Like a half a teaspoon? That's about right. Oh, dick. Well, it looks like this is all nice and clean now. Well, that's just gonna stay there forever. Crevices. Oh, wow. Look at that. I hope you guys are taking notes because I don't remember anything that went into this. Pumpkin bread. All right, it's done. I'm gonna set the oven to 350 and we'll move on from there. I hope you guys enjoyed and we will see the final product. Ta-ta for now. All right, kids, so what is important is that you line some parchment paper down because you don't want to risk it sticking to the container because that's just so sad when you can't get your bread out. And then here's the finishing bowl. And the best part about this is I can lick all of this because there's no eggs in it. So I'm gonna put this in for 350. It's honestly probably gonna take an hour. I'm not gonna lie, my oven's a little slow. And this is such like a thick bread. But how I'm gonna test it is just poke a knife in it, and if it comes out clean, that's when it's done. Okay, bye. So I'm not gonna lie, kind of tastes like shit, but for not having a recipe, it's pretty darn good. It's not very sweet, so it definitely needs some like almond butter or something. Would I make it again? No. Would I recommend you try it? Probably not, but it was fun and I can still eat it. It's got kind of like a hard outside and then soft on the inside. Yeah, it's cool. You gotta add stuff to it to make it taste good. But it might taste better tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, oh yeah, and I baked it for 2 hours. My oven is so bad. It took 2 hours to bake. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. I think that's what people say. Like and subscribe. Comments. Oh, shit. Just be nice. Just be nice in the comments. I'm really self-conscious. Okay. Thanks, bye. Okay, so this is the second day. This is what it looks like. It's so pitiful. So it definitely needed more baking soda / I think the baking soda I had was from like 1982. So that's why it didn't rise. So it's really dense. It's actually really good today. It just tastes like a dense piece of bread. But I was thinking that I could dry these out in the oven and make like a cute little biscotti. But I don't have the patience for that. So, you know, next time